Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is August 6, 2022. Hope you're all doing well. In today's segment, we'll take a look at top stocks with a high short ratio. As many of you know, when the short ratio is high, especially when the insiders are buying, institutions are buying, it can crush the short sellers and stock can go higher and we can profit from it. So with that, let's take a look. Look, there is a company, Revlon, as many of you know. Company filed for bankruptcy, but that did not stop from stock going higher with a high short ratio. So with that, let's take a look at the companies and see where we can make money and how to identify the stocks which can go higher as we go forward. So with that, let's jump in and get started. All right, so let's start with a quick market update and look at top picks, and let's look at top stock with a high short ratio, and finally we'll conclude. So with that, let's jump in and get started. Look, from a market perspective, on Friday we had a nice uptick. As you can see here, Dow Jones Industrial Average went higher just by 75 points. We had a strong jobs report, that's why it's not too high. Nasdaq came down, as you can see here, down 63 points, but look, after the jobs report it came crashing down. Same story in Dow Jones also. Finally it managed to cut some losses, as you can see here, and same story with the S&P 500. Look, we got Fed Governor Bowman sees similarly sized rate hikes ahead. So this is after the strong job report, so we got to be careful. The Feds, they may not be our friend, so you got to be careful and buy some strong stocks and go from there. And then you got stocks mostly finished lower, as you can see here. We got strong job report, as you see here, so that's going to cause some churn, so we got to be careful. Buy the dips, sell the rallies as usual. That's the mantra these days, because there is a lot of uncertainties, including geopolitical, and Fed might be raising the rates, supply chain issues, and so on and so forth. Looks like Tesla is approving a 3-for-1 stock split. Stock has been slightly coming down off late, as many of you know. So with that, let's jump in and get started. Look, from a meme stock news perspective, we got Bed Bath & Beyond. It surged higher, 32%, after it announced it's discontinuing the Wild Stage, a private label. I think that's a good story, so that way they don't need to spend too much money developing this Wild Stage. Instead, they can focus on the turnaround. And then you got Carvana. Look, Carvana, car vending machine, went higher by 40%, and afterwards the pop continued. So we got to be careful with such pop, but wait for it to slightly cool off. It's company still not making money, as many of you know. And then you got AMC here. Looks like it also sold. They have a new strategy with the APE shares, so it could be financial engineering. We got to be careful. Both the AMC as well as GameStop, they're good for you to buy when they come down slightly and sell them when they rip higher. So it's a good strategy for both these stocks here. Then you got Bed Bath & Beyond. Even though earnings were not good, because of short squeeze, stock went high, as you can see here, up 22 points. So some of these names you got to be, when the short ratio is high, when the stock is low, it can only go low so much. It will bounce strongly, as you can see here. All right, so with that, let's jump in here and look at the fear and greed index. Look, right now we're at 50. It's a neutral zone. We were here at the extreme fear just a month and a half ago. So you got to be careful here as we go into September time frame here. Fed might be increasing rates again. So we got to be careful here. We can come right back to fear zone, or even extreme fear zone for that matter. So we got to be slightly careful. All right, now let's jump in here and look at the broader market. From a market perspective, we got here S&P 500 1-year chart. As you can see here, it's trying to make a small comeback. At this time, we are in the nice resistance level here. So if you can pierce through the resistance level, go higher, this rally might have some legs. Same story, we are below the resistance level when it comes to Dow Jones Industrial Average. And look, Nasdaq slightly cleared the resistance level. It looks like it wants to go higher. And then we got Russell also cleared the resistance level. And we got bond is trying to make a lower here. That's a good story. And 10-year treasury or interest rate is going higher. That could be a little bit trouble for many of these US stocks. It also looked dollar is going stronger. That can also cause issues with the multinational companies. Crude oil is coming down. There are some great crude oil stocks you could buy here. Think about Chevron, ExxonMobil, EOG, Devon, and so on and so forth. And all good ones to buy slowly. And then you got gold. Gold is trying to make a small move here. Still gold is beaten down. Gold, silver, all the commodities are beaten down, mainly because of, look, dollar is going stronger. That's why commodities like gold and precious metals are having some trouble here. And crude oil also having slightly some trouble, as you can see here. All right, now let's jump in and look at the market breadth indicators. Look, we got skew, one of my favorite indicator. Skew is surging higher. It can even go higher. 125 is not a high point. If it crosses 150, I'm worried. But look at the pace of a skew going higher. That's a little bit alarming for me. I'll be watching out. That's why be slightly careful. It's going up in a straight line, which means, look, it went up in a straight line, came falling down here. So you got to be slightly careful here. And look, from a trader index perspective, looks like we are trending down. Sentiment is down, as you can see here, slightly down. And we got tick slightly down, which is again, sentiment perspective. Tick is actually going higher, slightly down toward the end here. And then you got volume. From a volume perspective, look, S&P 500 up volume versus down volume, slightly trending down. The average is trending down here, which tells you market might be getting tired here. It can come down. VIX is indicating, rally is still on. VIX is coming down, but this can change in a heartbeat, like many of you know. And look, put call ratio perspective, it's 0.73. Looks like we're getting some good put premium as market is trying to figure out where to go. For the folks who are selling call options all the way at the top and selling put options all the way at the bottom, you can make some good money, mainly because put call ratio is more than 0.5. That means you can make some decent money. But when the put call ratio is around 1 or so, you can make very good money. All right, look, AUD JPY, one of my favorite currency pair, that's telling you parties on, risk on. Folks are really buying stock, and they're borrowing money from JPY, and they're really buying stock. That's why AUD JPY pair is going up. That means S&P 500 rally has got some legs here. All right, so with that, let's jump in here and look at the stock with the heavy short ratio. It's actually volume more than 1 million shares. Let's make it 1 million. All right, let's look at these names here. The reason I love to play short squeeze game with the limited amount of money, not all my trading money. I allocate about 10% of the money for a short squeeze game. Look, the reason is look, as the stock goes higher, and many times these short sellers will make some theory and they will start shorting the stock, expecting the stock will go down. Look, as stock will really come down slightly, but then later it can only go so much. There is a nice base which is formed, supported by insiders, institutions, retail traders, and it will start going higher. As it's going higher, all these short sellers, they get scared. They start covering their short. By covering the short, it will increase the volume and stock will still go higher. That's the short squeeze. these short sellers can really lose their shirt as the stock goes higher. They might pay more money to cover their shorts. That's why many folks love short squeeze game, especially when you spot it toward the end of its toward the bottom. If you spot it, you can make some good money, but don't put all your money into short squeeze play. It should be a portion of your portfolio, say maybe 10% or so, not more than that. All right, now let's jump in here and look at the top stocks with a high short ratio. Look, it's organized by short ratio here. Keep a watch on the short ratio. Look, a stock like Revlon here. Look at the short ratio here, 87% short ratio here. And Revlon, as many of you know, filed for bankruptcy. That does not stop for a stock from going higher. The way it's organized, I made a few changes to this document here. Look, few of them are same. We got insider, institution buying and selling. That tells you whether institutions are buying or selling. And we got gross margin, net margin. One important change I've made is I've added here 14-day RSI, 7-day RSI. In addition, I added 2 more columns here. I got 2-hour RSI that tells you in last 2 times 14, last 28 hours, is the stock going higher or lower, what's the relative strength. And also we got RSI 30-minute, 30 times 14, that's last 7 hours. How is the stock going? Is it high or low on a scale of 1 to 100? That tells me by looking at RSI 14, I can say what is it on a 14-day range, where is it from a 1 to 100, and on a 7-day range how it is, on a 2-hour and 30-minute range how it is. So the way to read this is really as the RSI increases from 14-day to 7-day to 2-hour to 1 hour, that tells you the rally has more strength. It can still go higher. But as you see the stock petering down slightly, for example, Revlon, it was very strong in 14-day, and in 7-day it's slightly even stronger, but in a 2-hour RSI it's 58. That tells you the rally is slightly giving up. Its relative strength is waning, as you can see here. On a RSI on a 30-minute basis, it's 30 times 14, it's last 7 hours, it's 57. That tells you the rally is slightly coming or becoming cooler, or stock is coming down slightly. That's what it indicates. And then we got short ratio, which you already have, and I also introduced a put call ratio. I know many of you also do option trading. Whenever put call ratio is lower, look, it's 0.13. That tells you there are more call buyers. If the put call ratio is higher than 1, for example, Beyond Meat, folks are worried. They're also buying some put. That's why put call ratio is very high. So when the put call ratio is above 1 and short ratio is high, that's when the short stock can even go higher. It can crush both short sellers as well as the put buyers and can go higher. It's a double whammy, as you can see here. And then you got float. Pay attention to float as usual. The reason Revlon is going higher, look at the float here, just $5 million worth float here. It's very low. As the demand increases, there is only so much supply. That's why Revlon is going higher, because it's a low floater. And as you look through here, we got few low floaters, low floater candidates. Anytime you see float below 100 million, like HRTX here, and then you got Beyond Meat. Look, these are all low floats. Even look, we got ICPT. ICPT also has a low float. These low float candidates can go higher because there is only so much supply available, and look, there is good demand, and you can gauge the demand by looking at the volume. Relative volume is last 10 days, and average volume, it's actually average volume in last 10 days, average volume in last 30 days, and 60 days, 90 days. That tells you how is the volume doing. Is the volume on a 10-day average, is it higher than the current volume, or what's going on? Look, Revlon, clearly there is a demand. That's why the volume is increasing in 10 days, 30 days, so on and so forth here, and supply is very less. That's why stock is going higher. And look, same story with the HRTX here. Nice demand here. Volume is trying to go higher. And look, from a RSI perspective, RSI on a 14 days 58. It's getting stronger in 7 days and slightly weaker as we go into 2-hour and 30-minute. As you can see, that tells you even HRTX is the rally is a little bit getting weaker as you go into shorter term time frame. So, because there is a nice volume support here, you don't need to worry too much. But if the volume drops off, then you got to be slightly careful. All right, so also pay attention to the institution and insider buying. So we got Bed Bath and Beyond as an example. Looks like there is some positive news. They want to stop their private label, but look, there is a small insider buy. There is a small institution buy that can cause the stock to go higher. As you can see here, stock is doing very well on a look. RSI in a 14-day basis is 71. It's even getting stronger in a 7-day, and in a 2-hour basis also it's pretty strong. That tells you this rally can continue even longer, mainly because look, volume on an average on a 10-day basis it's improving. That tells you volume is going into the stock here. That's the good news here. And we got a few more here. Look, Carvana, there is a nice insider buy here. Look, there is a nice volume, as you can see here. The relative volume or average volume in 10-day is picking up nicely. And as you see here, stock actually slightly from a relative strength perspective on a 30-minute basis is slightly getting weaker, but we don't need to worry too much. Looks like it's relatively holding up pretty well. Look, on a 7-day basis, RSI is very strong here. On a 2-hour basis, it's slightly weaker. On a 30-minute basis, it's even weaker. So that's why it's slightly getting tired here, but I could wait for a little bit and then buy. Then maybe some pullback coming. So as you see here, we got a few more. Keep watch on an insider and institution here. Nothing much going on. Look like Marathon Digital, one of my favorite stock of late. It's nicely going higher. Look at the volume. Volume is increasing nicely here. At the same time, look from an RSI perspective, looks like it's getting stronger in a 7-day period. But on a shorter RSI time frame, like 2-hour, which is 2 times 14, it's 28-hour basis. It's slightly getting weaker compared to 7-day RSI. So that's why this also might be getting tired, but I'm not too much worried, mainly because volume is picking up. That tells you this can even go higher. And then you got a few more, as you can see here. As usual, keep a watch on the volume. If the volume is improving on a shorter term basis, that tells you stock can go higher. And you can also keep a watch on the volume and see if the stock has gone up so much in a small time frame, like Carvana here. It had a 40% rally in 1 day. I would not jump at the time. I would wait slightly and then jump in. On the other hand, stock like VERU here. Look, VERU, it's slightly going higher, not gangbusters, as you can see here. And nice volume. Volume is pretty steady here. And look, RSI perspective, it's slightly getting weaker in 30 minutes, but still you could buy a stock like VERU and go from there. All right, so we got global foundries. With all the semiconductor shortage, global foundry could be a good one at these levels here. The CHIP Act has been passed, as many of you know here, but look, it's also getting slightly weaker in a 2-hour and 30-minute basis, but I think it's trying to get stronger in a 30-minute basis compared to 2 hours. This also could be a good one for you to buy if it gets slightly weaker. All right, let's keep going here and look at a few more. Also, as usual, keep a watch on the overall score here. Stock with nice and high overall score above 50. Those are a little more stronger, like VERU here. Look, nice overall score 69. And we got ICPT, nice overall score, as you can see here. Some of those tells you those companies themselves are fundamentally strong given there is a high overall score. And we got AMX here. This, even though there is a high short ratio, looks like stock did not have any short squeeze so far. This could be the next one. Mainly, as you can see here, RSI on a 14-day basis is 39, and same story 7-day basis. But looks like RSI is getting holding steady in 2 hour and 30 minute. This tells you this can go higher given it's a lower float. Right now it did not react too much. It's even it's a little bit negative in a 5-day and 1-day basis, as you can see here. All right, let's keep going here. As usual, keep a watch on where you see some strength from a volume perspective in the near term. For example, Oxygen can go higher. Look, volume is picking up, as you can see here. From RSI perspective, it's slightly getting weaker, as you see here. But that can change as you go forward. I like the volume picking up and stock going higher, as you can see here. So that's an important thing to notice. As you see here, if the volume is picking up on a 10-day basis, if the price is also reacting, trying to go higher, you could look at such names and buy them and prepare yourself for a short squeeze. All right, list goes on here. We would quickly point out a couple things, as you can notice. Look, keep a watch on the insider institution. We got Shift 4 here, fintech play, as many of you know here. Look, nice insider buying here, and look, nice volume. I like it. Stock is surging in the near term, as you can see here. Nice uptick here, and RSI on a 30-minute basis is 52, slightly getting tired, as you can see here, but volume picking up. That's a good story. And as usual, we got a few more here. GameStop, many of you love GameStop. Look, GameStop, as you can see here, nice volume surge in a 10-day. That's a good story here. And from an RSI perspective, slightly getting weaker in a 2-hour basis, which is last 2 times 14, 28 hours, and also 30-minute basis. But I think it's a good one, mainly because volume is picking up and stock is also showing some positive traction, as you can see here. All right, and we got HashiCorp. Look, nice insider buy here in HashiCorp, and as you can see, stock is volume is not picking up, as you can see here. Volume average is all negative, but stock is responding and going higher. If you look at the RSI perspective, RSI is saying it's slightly dropping off from a 14-day, 7-day into 2 hour and 1 hour. Looks like between 2 hour and 30 minutes RSI is holding steady. That tells you this rally can have some more legs, and it can also go higher. As usual, keep a watch on the stock responding nicely in a 1-day, 5-day, and not crazily high like Editas here. Editas, look, it went up so much high. You could avoid such candidates and look for stock going higher slowly, still with the nice volume. As usual, keep a watch on the put call ratio here. When there is a high put call ratio like Cassava or Sava here, look, put call ratio is high, short ratio is high. These candidates can create some double whammy, and they can crush both short sellers and put option buyers, and it can go higher. And look, this one is getting stronger in 30 minutes. Look, it's 46 in 30-minute RSI, and look, it's 42 in 2-hour RSI. Stocks like this here, it's a good setup, as you can see here. RSI perspective, longer term RSI slightly weaker, shorter term RSI is getting stronger. That tells you this setup has legs. This stock can rally, and also nice volume, as you can see here. That's why it's responding slowly. It can even go higher, mainly because it is set up nicely at this time here. And we got a few more here. Keep a watch, as usual. We got a few stocks with nice insider buy, institution buy. Look, we got ESTE. Nice institutional buy, nice overall score, as you can see here. Stock is responding, going higher, but problem is, look, volume is slightly down, as you can see here. But RSI is improving here. That tells you this stock is getting some momentum in the shorter term. This can also go higher. All right, so we got few more here. Keep a watch on stocks like Purple Vision, a nice institutional buy, as you can see here. Stock is responding nicely, and we got few more, as you can see here, with the nice institutional buy, insider buy. We got Revolve Group, as you see here, nice gross margin here, but there is no institutional buy. And we got last one here, HashiCorp. We talked about it already. As usual, look at the trend between 14 days, 7-day, 2-hour and 30-minute RSI. As you see, trend is getting stronger as we go into shorter term RSI. That tells you these stocks can go higher. But if you see trend is kind of getting weaker as you go into shorter term RSI, that tells you these stocks may be dropping off. As an example, we got MVIS Microvision here. Look, RSI is pretty good when it comes to 14-day and 7-day, but as you go into 2-hour and 30-minute RSI getting weaker, that tells you it's trying to give up the rally here, and stock is trying to come down and getting weaker. So in these type of scenarios, you can wait slightly for it to become even weaker, and then you jump in. All right, so we got Virgin Galactic here, SPCE, Richard Branson's company. Look, this one is getting stronger. Look at the RSI here. RSI at 30-minute window here is 30 times 14 last 7 hours. It's getting stronger. That tells you stock is getting stronger in a relative strength basis. At the same time, look, volume is going into the stock, but stock is getting weaker. Look, it's got sold off here. But this could be good setup, mainly because RSI in the 30-minute basis is jumping higher. So you could buy such names here. All right, so let's jump in here and look at a few more names as usual. Keep a watch on the inside institution here. We got REI again. Stock is getting a little bit clobbered here on a RS relative volume perspective, as you can see here. But stock is going higher regardless. Look, nice jump here. But if you look at RSI levels here, REI, that tells you stock is getting tired slightly because shorter term RSI is slightly getting weaker compared to longer term RSI, whether it's 2-hour or 7-day, as you can see here. All right, so we got a few more here. Example like Teladoc as an example. Teladoc is getting stronger. Look, longer term RSI is a little bit lower, but shorter term RSI, especially 30-minute RSI, is 52. That tells you Teladoc is becoming stronger. Also evidenced by, look, volume is pouring into Teladoc here, slightly going higher. At this time, you can safely buy Teladoc here. Look, it's RSI is low here. It's getting stronger. These are the textbook examples. You can play short squeeze game here, and these can go higher. All right, so we got a few more examples. Look, we got RVMD here. Nice insider buy, as you can see here. And at the same time, as you look through here, look, stock is getting stronger in a RSI 30-minute window. That tells you this is even becoming stronger. And stock is also responding nicely, as you can see here. So this is one of the reasons I included both RSI trend. So you can look at the RSI trend. If it's trending higher, it's becoming more in 2-hour and 30-minute. That tells you this rally has got legs. And also we got RSI, relative volume, all the way from 10-day to 90-day. If you see some nice volume uptick here, that tells you this rally has got some legs. All right, now let's jump in here and look at a few more. Look, we got Coinbase here. We got Coinbase right here. Look, Coinbase or COIN, nice insider buy, nice institutional buy, as you can see here. We got Coinbase right here. And at the same time, look what's going on here. RSI perspective, stock is getting a little bit tired. Look, shorter term RSI in last 30 minutes is 56 compared to 2-hour RSI or even 7-day RSI. That tells you it's getting tired here, so you could wait for it to cool off here. And look, it's had a nice jump already, so I would wait for it to cool off here. And that's why I love this RSI levels here. It can kind of tell you where it's getting tired, where it's improving. So as you see here, we got one more example, CDEV. It's a small stock, as many of you can see here, But look, RSI perspective, look, RSI is getting improving or becoming higher in last 30 minutes. Tells you this can also go higher. And even IQ for that matter, RSI in last 2 hours and 30 minutes staying same, and it's more than RSI in last 14 day and 14 day and 7 day. That tells you this is also becoming stronger, evidenced by nice volume going into IQ at these levels here. You can use the same methodology as you talked through here. And look, we got one more. Let's see here. I think we are good here. As usual, keep a watch on the RSI levels and also volume, and look at the stocks which are going high. Looks like we are having a nice short squeeze rally in many names. That's a great story here. You could make money. Short squeeze is back in play here. That's why there is a nice rally going on here. All right, let's jump in here and look at look at few more. As usual, keep a watch on insider institution. Affirm, look, nice insider buy here. Look at stock is nicely responding. Relative volume is going higher, and look, from an RSI perspective, it's slightly getting weaker as it goes into shorter term. That tells you Affirm is getting tired here, evidenced by RSI coming down from 64 to 58 and even 79 to 64, slightly getting weaker as you can see here. And look at the stocks which are having a nice uptick here. You keep a watch on these RSI levels here. If it's getting stronger towards 2 hours and 60 minutes, or even if it's getting stronger, then those are the good candidates. As an example, you got SND's $94 stock here. Look, its RSI is getting stronger in the 30-minute window. Look, it's 72 compared to its 2-hour window. That tells you this it can also go higher. You should look for such cues and go from there. All right, so with that, keep a watch on the stocks which are rallied already. If the stock has rallied so much, wait slightly, let it cool off here. Conservative investors look for positive net margin. We got net margin here, and also look for high overall score. That tells you those stocks can go higher. You could hold them also for longer term. And keep watch on the names like Doximity. Doximity is one of my favorite stock. It's a good company for physicians. It's a LinkedIn for physicians, as many of you know here. Look, it's getting stronger. Look, RSI in a 2-hour window is 44. It got clobbered in a 7-day window, low RSI. But look, on a 30-minute basis, RSI is getting stronger. That tells you Doximity can go higher. I like these type of setups where RSI is really improving. It's not crazy high. I like these type of setups. Look, RSI is pretty decent or low, but it's going higher in a 2-hour and a 30-minute RSI window. That's why I like such names here. It's improving. All right, so let's jump in and look at a few more. Look, we got Lumen. Lumen also, look, it's improving as you can see here. Shorter term RSI is trying to improve at 45. As you can see here, nice volume surge. Stock is coming down slightly, but nice overall score. Looks like they got nice cash flow also. You could buy such names also. All right, so with that, let's quickly conclude here. So market is very volatile. Be very selective when you select short squeeze names. Look for low relative strength index, low float, and also high insider institution buy. Also look for stocks showing improvement in 1 day, 5 day, 10 day. From a performance perspective, look for improvements in RSI levels as you go into 2-hour and 30-minute window. And conservative investors also look for positive net margin, positive free cash flow, and higher overall score, more than 40. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.